All right, so I usually don't talk about much about texting because I personally think that texting is pretty relevant as long as you're not being needy. But let me show you guys some things that you guys can do, because I get always asked what should I text a guy, what should I do? All right, so I'm gonna teach you guys 12 fundamental principles about texting that will include text messages and actual examples that you guys can use. Now mind you, use the example as a framework rather than as a way of life. All right, see why it works and then adjust accordingly. Or better yet, manufacture the emotional states that are required for someone like you to naturally send that kind of text message. You see, rather than sending it, ask yourself, what would I have to feel in order to send a text message like this? You see, and work on cultivating those emotions so that you guys can naturally have the instinct to send the right text at the right moment. You see, you got to develop a feel about this. All right, so let's get started. The first thing is this, is that less is more and more is less. It's better that he complains that you barely text him instead that rather than that you always text him. You see, so keep that as a strategy, that it's a lot better that a guy complains that you barely text him than him complaining that you always fucking text him. You see, it's a lot better that he does that. That's a good problem to have. All right, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as, what am I gonna do right now? What should I tell him? Keep that principle, less is more. All right, 2, be cold in text message and happy in person. You see, like I said in the previous video, you wanna be the kind of person that looks like they're pissed off when they're texting, but in real life are very happy and very joyful. It's the contrast that gives you that edge. And it makes people kind of like anticipate meeting you again, and it creates a sense of fear inside. I'm telling you, like, it really does. I had a friend of mine who did that to me, and he, he's a guy, and he's just a friend of mine, and it worked on me. It got me like, oh, why is he pissed off? But that's just how he texted people. All right, so be cold in text message, not a lot of LOLs, not a lot of ha-has. All right, and be very happy in person. Number 3, from time to time, forget to respond. Develop the reputation of being a horrible texter. The key is your emotional regulation, or else you'll fuck it up. You see, like, you want to develop the reputation of someone who doesn't text back as often. You see, and if you really like the guy, that's almost impossible. I know that. That's why I always say the biggest enemy is not the guy, it's your emotions. So what you have to do then is develop the emotional intelligence to be able to withhold yourself from texting him. You see, like, you gotta, when you feel that urge to text him, relax underneath this tension and breathe into it. You see, so that you don't give in to the urge. All right. So just it's a lot better to be known as someone who doesn't text back. You know, it's just a lot better. All right. Number 4, but as long as you're warm in person, that's the thing though, is that you can't be an asshole in text message and an asshole in person. It doesn't work that way. All right. Number 4, on the day, let's just say that you guys are having a date, right? And you guys just met and whatnot. On the day of the date, wait until the last hour to confirm and say that you're getting ready. For example, most guys, they're usually scared that the girl's gonna say no in the last second. That's the number 1 fear. So use that fear against them, all right? So on the day of the text, on the day of the date, he's gonna be like, are you ready for today? Are we still going out, right? Don't respond to him. Right, don't respond to him until maybe the last 2 hours or the last hour, and the text that you're gonna send them is, I'm so sorry, I couldn't respond to you, my phone died, I'm actually getting ready. You see, most guys, those are the highlight of their day, going out with you. I'm telling you. So it's okay if you do that. He's still gonna go out with you, but the fear that you make him feel will make him appreciate the date a lot more, and that's the point. All right. Number 5. Don't send nudes, send teasers. You see, like, sending, I'm telling you, like, it's kind of crazy, but girls are hotter with their clothes on than with their clothes off. Why? Because of the mystery, because of, like, ooh, what's behind that? You see, that's what makes it hotter. So it's a lot better for you to don't send nudes, rather send teasers. You see, like, rather than sending like boobs, which I don't recommend people doing that with me. Don't listen to me. But penis and boobs, you want to do it in a way that's like hitting, like just showing cleavage. You see, teasing them, and when you do that, it arouses them, but at the same time, it creates the mystery. I'm telling you, like, that's what you want to do: arousal and mystery, arousal and mystery, arousal and having that extra distance, the stepping back, not being fully committed. You see, and that will make him chase even more because of that distance. He's gonna be like, "Ooh, send me more, send me more." And I'm like, nope, you gotta wait. You see, and that's how you control them. All right, it's kind of crazy, right? Another one is end it on a high note. You know when you guys are texting and it feels good. You know, you guys are texting about things you shouldn't talk about. You know those those text messages that you gotta look left and right, and fucking send. You gotta go to your room, right? You gotta hide and shit. When you're doing that, it feels amazing, right? Because you feel that rush, that momentum. But with some self-discipline, because remember, the biggest enemy is your emotion. With some self-discipline, you want to be able to end it on a high note, like on the note where you're like, damn, I don't want this to end it there. Literally just stop responding and then say, oh, I went to sleep. Why? Because when you stop responding, rather than telling him, well, look, I gotta go to sleep, I gotta go to sleep at work, but the not responding gives him the uncertainty. Did I say something wrong? Or is she mad at me? So it's a lot better to stop responding when he sends you something. Like when he sends you a picture of, you know, his, like you guys are sending messages, oh yeah, I would do this, I would do that, right? And everything's right, but let's just say, but stop texting him when he says, I will do this to you, and then stop. Make him say, oh, did she get offended? Is she mad at me? Like, let that shit marinate for a night, you see? And then send him a message, oh, I'm sorry, I went to sleep. Or I'm sorry, my phone died. You see, but the point is that he went to sleep thinking about you. He went to sleep aroused about you, and that's what you want to do. All right. Ending on a high note. Number 7, tell him not to text you on certain days, and then text them like you couldn't resist. Like for example, tell him, look, tomorrow, please don't text me. I'm gonna be busy, and then send him a message like, sorry, I couldn't resist. It's very flattering, and it's a very cute way to say, like, I like you. You see. Number 8, maybe we should. Somebody sent me this accidentally, all right, and I'm always the type of person that I'm always looking to see what girls are using on me so I could use on them. That's fucking revenge, you see. So something that a girl sent me like a couple weeks ago, she sent me, we were just chatting. I was like, yo, fuck you, you know, or she, you know, we were just playful, you know, saying like, oh, you suck at this, well, I suck at this, and then she just said, well, maybe we should hang out. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm like, that's random, but is she mad at me or what? You know, it's kind of like, with that message, I was like, what does she mean? Like, I'm like, so if I respond to her with like, no, we should hang out, I'm like justifying like, oh, no, I like you, we really should. I'm investing in the interaction, so that increases attraction. And I'm telling you, like, that actually got me off guard. So that's something you could definitely send. It's kind of funny to see the person's reaction, all right? Especially if you don't put no LOLs and it was very bland. It's a very good text to send. Maybe we should reschedule for another time, or maybe we shouldn't hang out. And that goes with number 8. Yeah. Okay, number 8, yeah, number 8, maybe we should reschedule for another time. That's a message that she sent me. Or maybe we should reschedule for another time. I'm like, oh, what? No, I want to hang out today. I want to hang out today, but I want to reschedule, right? So number 9, we don't have to hang out, or you can delete my number. Where you notice that he may not, he is losing attraction, a good text of what we're saying is, you could delete my number, or we don't have to hang out. When a person likes you and you send them that, either they were playing games with you or they actually like you, they're gonna say, no, what the fuck, why do you want to just hang, why don't you want to hang out, or why do you want to delete my number? It actually makes them like you more, you see. But when a person doesn't like you, they're gonna be like, okay. Now the thing is that, yeah, you lost someone, but you saved time, you saved your energy. Now you can focus on somebody else. Now you can focus on keeping watching my channel, you know. What's the other one? Number 10, before you get the number, ask him, what's my name? Or a question about yourself that you talk to him about. For example, like when you get in the guy's number, he's like, oh, can I get your number? You're like, sure, right? And right when he puts his number down, ask him, by the way, where am I from? Or by the way, what's my name? And if he forgets, you can be like, you know what? Delete your number. We're like, oh, why? Nope, delete your number. We're like, no, I'm serious. Well, I'm just kidding. Well, anyways, what do you, blah, blah, you just keep chatting. That little way to mess with him right at the end of getting the number gives you a little edge, and it makes you like, oh damn, this girl, you know, she's kind of cool, you know. Number 11, if you don't, if you want to know if he wants to go out with you or not, ask him, are you busy this week? You see, let's say you're texting a guy and you're noticing that he's not asking you out. Literally ask him, are you busy this week? We'll get a response that will tell you whether or not he likes you. Why? For example, if he says, yes, I'm busy this week, like I'm very busy, okay, fine, he doesn't like you. But if he says, yes, but I'm free this day, yes, but I have some time to kill, that means that, yeah, I'm busy, but I could put you in there. You see, when a person doesn't like you and then you ask them that question, they're gonna remove they're gonna be fucking busy. You know, they're gonna look like they're fucking a resident student to try to be a doctor, right? But if he gives you a response with yes, but, or no, I'm not busy, then that means you can say, oh, well, maybe I'm going to this thing tomorrow. Maybe you want to tag along? Like saying, I'm going to this thing tomorrow. Maybe you should tag along. Maybe you should tag along. Maybe, oh, you see? And most of the time, he's gonna fucking tag along, because I would tag along, all right? If somebody gave me that, that's an easy layup. Like, it's a way for you to save face, because you're seeing if whether or not he wants to, and it's an easy way to ask him out without being rejected by saying tag along. All right. Number 12, use short phrases to a statement. For example, you know how people send a lot of text message. A lot of the times, a show of power, indication of power, is the brevity of the words that you say, the scarcity of your words, scarcity of text messaging. So a lot of the times, have a couple phrases that you use on the regular when you can't really respond at length. For example, I do that because I'm always busy. Like, I can't respond to every text message, you see. So a lot of the times I'll text like, oh, for real, oh, I see. Like, somebody tells me, yo, I just did this today. I'm like, oh, word, I see, that's what's up. Like, rather than elaborate and say, oh, what you did, where it happened, how did that happen, I say, oh, word, that's what's up, and let it be there. See what I'm saying? And so what tends to happen is it's a little asshole, I know, but I don't have time to respond to everyone. But still though, it kind of, I'm like, oh, damn, I want more praise. Like, it makes a person like, hey, I wanted more from you. See what I'm saying? And so it'll make them invest a lot more. It's a very simple things, like having little short phrases like saying, I see, or like laughing my ass out, that's hilarious, or and stuff like that, like, oh, that's hilarious, and letting it there and not elaborating or asking questions. It acknowledges them, but doesn't give them enough attention. You see, so it makes them work more. All right, so that's how you do it. So these are some texting secrets that you guys can use. Very simple, straight to the point. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, let me know. Go to mindfulaction.org/coach in the pocket, and have a good day. Bye-bye.